On June 12, 2025, Air India Flight 171 took off from Ahmedabad, India, bound for London. There was nothing unusual about the departure. The plane, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, was properly configured, cleared for takeoff, and began its journey just like any other flight. But within seconds, everything changed. According to the preliminary report from India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, just 3 seconds after takeoff, both engines started shutting down. The culprit? 2 switches in the cockpit, fuel control switches, were suddenly set to cut off, cutting the engine's lifeline of fuel. The timeline is chilling. At 1:38 p.m. IST, the plane takes off. By 1:38:42, it's at top speed, 180 knots. That's when the engines die, one after the other, just a second apart. The power drops instantly. The jet, packed with 242 people, begins to lose altitude, fast. Inside the cockpit, confusion. The voice recorder captures a brief but haunting exchange. One pilot turns to the other and asks, "Why did you cut off?" The reply, "I did not do so." Neither pilot claims responsibility for switching off the fuel. And in those final moments, there's no time to recover. The plane crashes just 30 seconds after takeoff, slamming into the hostel block of BJ Medical College. The wreckage is catastrophic. Of the 242 people on board and 19 on the ground, only one person survives, a British passenger sitting next to an emergency exit. He describes how his section of the plane tore away and came to rest on the ground floor, giving him a way out amid the destruction. The AAIB's preliminary report doesn't assign blame, at least not yet, but it does shed light on those crucial final seconds, where a pair of switches made all the difference between a routine flight and unspeakable tragedy. Air India says it's working closely with investigators and regulators, promising full cooperation as the hunt for answers continues. For now, the cause behind the fatal switch movement remains a mystery, one that investigators are racing to solve. For the families of the 260 people who lost their lives, and for everyone who travels, the hope is that this tragedy will teach us something, so that nothing like this ever happens again.